You want to learn art. But sometimes art is just so intimidating. Sometimes you just want to run. You just want to give up. But, there's always something that's lingering and stopping you from running away near. But maybe, just maybe, this story of mine can help you hang on a little longer and maybe find your own path. Nia everyone, Kochi Caturteer in the house and welcome to the Caturteer-Channel. I'm a full-time artist and animator, and I do live 2D animation, art, and a bit of gaming. But on this channel, I'm also going to be sharing a lot of my story times about my art journey, about my thoughts, about my daily life nonsense as an artist and on here. Subscribe if you want to hear more stories from me, and let's get on to the meat of this video. I've always loved art since young, okay? Mama can always complain that I'm always busy drawing in school. I'm always drawing in class, okay? And I also love anime. In fact, a lot of my life revolves around anime and tokusatsu. Yep, so that is literally my whole childhood, anime, tokusatsu. But for anime, I've always been watching like Sailor Moon. I've been watching Initial D. I've been watching also one Beyblade, Digimon, Pokemon. I mean, my whole life is literally anime. The other side would be Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, because I didn't watch Super Sentai much later, aside from Jetman, I guess. But that aside, alright, I spent a lot of time being near art, but I never knew how to pursue art. That's the biggest problem, okay, Nia? And, a lot of times that I'm near art, I've never really taken the step to go forward, and it's kind of like difficult to decide how to do that sometimes. So in high school or, secondary school, I was actually in the art subject. I was taking art as one of my subjects, alright? And the teachers always say, anime art is a no-no. You need to draw realism. You need shade realistically. Alright, but I never liked shading realistically. Okay, I know it sounds so weird, but I've never liked the basics of art. I also never liked to study how lighting works. I've never liked, it must shade as though it looks realistic. It really turned me off so badly. But I found a solution. I picked up 3D animation and actually did 3D animation from my art exam for O levels. I'm not sure what you call it in the Americas and all, but in O levels there's an art subject, and I did 3D animation instead of the normal drawing. Why? Because I could avoid realistic, shadings and all. And for humans, I just have to take the default human, slap on the new hair. Hey, new character. But honestly, looking back at it, I think I was just cheating. I was running away from realism. I was running away from really knowing how to draw. Alright, so let's move on to technical college or polytechnic. So that was when I joined this, diploma where I was having this thing called moving images. Alright, yeah? And they basically have animation and film. So on the end of the first year, we actually asked to choose 3, one a major in animation or film, and I picked film. Because at the point of time, I was like, I can't use 3D humans to cheat my way through anymore. I can't use 2D animation stuff because my 2D was so weak. You need to remember that in high school, secondary school, I was so weak at my 2D work. So I was like, let's major in film. And then I was like, just gaslighting myself, saying, I'm learning something. I already know animation, so if I learn film, I can improve my animation. I was totally gaslighting myself, and I learned nothing in the end. And this does not change, okay? Even in my VTubing career, when I first started VTubing, alright, yeah, I was with minimal art. We're working together a lot, alright? But my art sucks, yeah. So what happened? Minimal art is the main artist. I am the animator and rigger, and I cannot art. It was me running away, because no drawing skills required. I just have to work on the art that minimal art gives me, and then minimal art's life got busy. Bam, our stage. I was actually alone. Yeah, all this while I have been avoiding the fact that I want to be near art, but I was crappy at art. And to be fair, a lot of it is my own fault. So this put me down a downward spiral for a while, and then I went to Japan. Yeah, I went to Japan for 2 weeks. So during then, while I was in Japan, I was given time to reflect on myself because I didn't have any way to work. So I was literally just enjoying the trip. Even though, to be honest, I couldn't really fully enjoy it because I was really intimidated by Japan. Yes, it's my lifelong dream to go to Japan, yeah, but that trip was also intimidating for me because I see art everywhere. I see anime art everywhere. Alright, and I feel like I wish I could be, I didn't give up art so fast. I wish I was better at art. I wish I can say, hey, I'm so proud to be in Japan. Alright, like there was something just missing. Yes, you can say that yes, I'm finally in Japan. I'm happy to be in Japan, but I wasn't proud. Weirdly. So all this time I was so close to art. I was always so scared to take the step forward and to reach out to art and embrace it. And last year, after the whole Japan trip, after wasting so much time, I finally went back to the basics. I finally learned how lighting works. I didn't really go back to realism and all because honestly, doing realism will probably help me. I might go back to it in the near future to really practice and level up my art. But I got back to the basics of how to draw the anime head. I got back to the basics of drawing boxes, perspective. I went to learn how to draw backdrops and so much more. And I grinded hard and leveled up my art a lot. And that's a difficult journey. But when you see it progress, it makes everything just worth it. Yes, right now I call myself a full-time artist and animator. Alright, I used to say, I'm an animator and artist VTuber. Yeah, now I just say, I'm a full-time artist and animator. It's a small change. Small changes in your life can really make such a huge difference in how I look at things here. If you're scared, don't worry. Alright, you can reach out to others, slowly discover yourself and your relationship with art. Some, people find it instantly like, yes, I'm an artist. Art is for me instantly. Some people take a long journey like me. Alright, like sometimes, do you really want to get back to art? Sometimes it's just lingering at the back of your head. Maybe just pick up a pen, pick up a pencil, alright, or get a tablet and start drawing. Because every journey is valid. Be it long or short or anything. But the most important thing, trust yourself. And that is how you can improve your art. And with that, we've come to the end of today's video. I hope this video has inspired you in some way. Or maybe it has inspired you to share your story. So you can share your stories in the comments below. Because I'll be keen to see what sort of art journey y'all have gone through as well. Yeah. And if you want to hear about the time how Labubu saved my life, even though I don't even have a single Labubu at home, yeah, check out this video right here. And I'll see you in the next one.